Hello to everyone. Thank you all for joining me at this time. My name is Chhavizain, and I'm coming on to bring a message for you all. This message is called Think, Declare, and Praise Your Way to Freedom. So first I want to get into the donations. I want to tell you all thank you for those of you who have been donating to my channel and sowing seeds here. To Wanda T, Cassandra, Caitlin P, Ernestine, Empress April, Shanita, Toyin, Marie M, Hollis C, Richard H, MJP, Jeffrey J, Lakeese M, and Roxanne. If I missed anybody, I do apologize, but I give thanks to all of you who have been sowing seeds to my channel, and I pray you receive a thousandfold in whatever measure you need at this time. So, first of all, this message that I'm bringing for you all is in regards to those of you who have been pushing and pushing and pushing, and you're doing what's necessary to climb to the top, but you find that you have certain energies that come in and that want to disrupt you, whether it's from within you or external to you. I want to bring some encouragement to you all to tell you, do not allow your past to hold you back from getting to the top of this mountain, okay? Because it's going to be so much reward that you're going to have just knowing that you was able to resist all of the opposition, and that the opposition was not strong enough to hold you back or to push you backwards down this mountain, but instead through every season you continue to climb. You continue to do what's necessary to get yourself to the top. And so some of you might be in a place now where it's like, okay, but I'm tired. You know, I've been running this race and I'm tired, and I feel like I don't have the energy, I don't have the drive, I don't have the, you know, the power, the strength to get to the top of this mountain. But I'm here to tell you that you do. I'm here to tell you that all you got to do is just stay in the now, stay in this very moment. Don't focus too much on the past. You know, if you're going to think about the past, make sure it feels good. Don't focus too much on the future. And if you're going to think about the future, make sure it's in alignment with the vision that you desire to create. It's so important right now for you all who have been doing the work to go through the spiritual evolution. You climbing this mountain, stay in the now, stay in this energy of gratitude, okay? So when I say think, declare, and praise your way to freedom, I literally mean just that. You want to shift your mind, shift your thoughts. I don't care what's happening around you. If you need to tune out from the media, because there's so many different things that are happening right now, and the enemy is utilizing all of the tools that it can muster up in order to keep those of you, especially the chosen, from getting to the top of this mountain and from stepping into your divinity. So these are vital times right now where your strength and your commitment is being tested. How committed are you to this process? How committed are you to overcoming the obstacles? Because you possess the keys. You possess the tools. Everything that you need, you already have within you in order to alchemize the energy. So it doesn't matter what's happening, what's coming your way. You have every tool that you need to alchemize the energy, one being your thoughts. And so you want to ensure that your dominant thoughts are in alignment with what's going to keep you in a space of happiness, freedom, forward movement. And you want to ensure that those people that you allow into your space, whether it's in the physical or those people that you allow into your mental space, are bringing an energy that allows you to stay highly vibrational. And if they do not, then you know that it's time for you to alchemize the energy, shift the energy by either eliminating those people from your physical space or from your mental space, or shifting the way that you perceive their place in your life, okay? Because what you cannot do is change others. You have no control over others, but you have all of the control over yourself and how you respond to others. And so some people you have in your life, you can't necessarily walk away from them, and you know they're toxic, you know they're no good for you, but at the same time, you have certain dealings that you have to maintain with them in this moment. And so because of that, you establish those healthy boundaries. You alchemize the energy. You shift your perception of them. Look at them not through your natural eyes, but through your spiritual eyes. Okay? See them for who they are through your spiritual eyes, because you'll come to understand why they behave the way that they do, why they treat you the way that they do. You'll come to understand why they was placed in your life in the first place. You'll see them as being more so of a test in terms of you getting to the top of that mountain and less of a obstacle. You see what I'm saying? They become less of an obstacle and more of a test. And when you are the type of, depending on the type of student you was, when you are that diligent student that says, in spite of, I'm going to ace this. That's how you look at them. That's the way that you perceive them as you can continue to climb this mountain, okay? And so when I say think your way to freedom, shift your thoughts. Shift your thoughts. If your thoughts don't feel good, you want to be consciously doing whatever is necessary to change it into the direction that's going to be in alignment with you continuing down your divine path. So if you have to write, burn, and release every day, I tell people all the time, I've been setting off my fire alarm every day for almost 3 years, okay? When you find that your mind is in a space where things are cluttered, or you find yourself going back into the past and you feel like you've been suppressing all of this energy, you've been suffering in silence, you haven't been able to speak your truth, or you feel like you don't have the right people around that understand you, write it down, burn it, and release it. I destroy and I release all fear. I destroy and I release all insecurities. I destroy and I release all emotions attached to whoever it is in spirit and in flesh. And you burn it. Get into the habit of alchemizing the energy. You don't have to sit in negative energy. What you want to do when you have those situations that come up and you know that it's bringing that tension, it's bringing those emotions up. You don't want to ignore it, and you most certainly don't want to suppress it and push it back down. You want to allow it to come up, because the more that you write, burn, and release, the more that you are intentional about clearing your mind and clearing your space so that you are in alignment. You're going to find that those things that you buried deep within, that you ignored for some time, they begin to come up. And so that is a release. That is a necessary release that is happening. And so you don't want to discount that. You don't want to push it back down and say, well, hold on, I don't like the way I feel, so this must mean that I'm going backwards. No, you allow yourself to embrace how you feel and know that it is justified. How you feel is justified. I'm talking to many of you who are the chosen seed out here. The chosen, we have been through it all, okay? Many of you are in the process of writing a book. You can certainly write a book on your life story because you've been through it all. And so you got a massive testimony. And when you get to the top, you have more of a reason to give praise and to give thanks, because this has not been an easy journey at all. And so you'll find that those things that you've been suppressing, those things that, you thought that you had gotten over, that you had healed from, they might get triggered by somebody coming back into your life and playing games with your emotions. Or they might get triggered by a certain situation or someone saying this, or, whatever the case may be. They become triggered, and then it's like, okay, now you have those emotions now. Now you got to deal with it. But just know that that's a part of the healing process. It's a blessing to be able to bring things up that have been suppressed and buried, and to be able to address it and to face it head on, and to declare and decree that it is no longer yours and that you are releasing it. So that's the second part. Think, declare, and praise your way to freedom. So declarations are very important. I declare and I decree that all of these fears that have surrounded me, all lack mentality that I have suffered through, I declare and I decree that all generational curses are now broken off of my family. I declare and I decree that all obstacles and blockages that have been placed in front of me to keep me from getting to my destiny are now removed in spirit and in flesh. And you burn it. Those declarations are very important, because that is symbolic of you taking your authority back in the spiritual realm. And of course, you're working alongside the Most High and the spiritual team that He has blessed you with and surrounded you by, that's there to help you as you release. And they're also there to help you as you create, as the co-creator of your life. Because again, you've been given the keys to the universe. You are unlocking those doors. You have the keys to do that, as long as you are operating from a space of integrity, compassion, empathy, and love. You possess those keys because you're going to use them responsibly. Okay? And so because you possess such a beautiful and amazing gift, this is where you give praise. This is where you give praise at the fact that you have all of the tools necessary, and at any given moment, all you have to do is go and, plant your feet in Mother Nature. All you have to do is go and look up at the sun and do some sun gazing in order to shift your energy. All you have to do is go and pick and ingest the fruits and the vegetables that the Most High has created for us in order to heal our bodies. There's so many different things that you can do to alchemize the energy, whether it's from a spiritual aspect or a physical aspect. You possess all of the tools that you need. And so one thing that we should not be doing at this time, in spite of what obstacles come your way, you don't sit in it, and you definitely don't let it sit in front of you. You have every tool that you need to move that thing out of the way so you can continue to climb to the top of that mountain. And please know, some of you might be growing tired. You're growing weary, and you've been using these tools and you've been doing what's necessary. But it's like, when is it going to be my turn? When am I going to be able to step over this threshold and say I finally made it? When am I going to be able to see the reward and the harvest that I have sown towards for so long? And just know your time is coming. But you definitely don't want to lose the vision. You do not want to give up, because understand, the greater the sacrifice, the greater the reward. And sometimes you got to consider the fact that it depends on where you begin in your journey. We're not going to all make it there at the same time. Some people was laying flat on their face and have been there for a long time. Some of y'all have been. Okay? And so in that energy, first of all, you got to muster up the mental strength. You have to muster up that desire and that willpower to even want to strengthen yourself enough to get up off that ground. So that takes work. Okay? It's levels and it's layers to this thing. Some of you wasn't laying flat on your face. Some of y'all was just on your knees. On your knees. Life had put you on your knees. And so now you got to get